Well, hello folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up that screen. 3 penny stocks I'm buying, and I'm gonna go over the charts with them, talk about the 3 companies, and I'll tell you where I'm buying or where I'm planning on buying these stocks, some of which I'm comfortable with already where the price is. A couple others I'm waiting for a little bit, but these are 3 stocks that I'm either buying or I'm about to. All right, but first, oh my goodness, we've had a Hollywood type come tell us what to do about gas prices. I can't believe it. It shocked me because if there's one place that I want good advice from, it's Hollywood. Because man, they are so in touch with regular folks, you know, common folks like us, you know, peasants. Well, one of the famous actors out there has straightened us out, and especially me, because you know I'm pretty mad about gas prices. I couldn't be more pissed about them, and I complain about them, and he's got a message for me. So let's pull this up and take a little look-see at what Mr. Hollywood has to say. This is a gentleman, goes by the name of Dean Norris. He was in Breaking Bad. I actually watched that. I watched every one of those shows. And, you know, he's pretty good at it. He's good at pretending to be a DEA agent. And, you know, he's made a ton of money being a pretender and acting like somebody he's not. And that's okay. Look, you know, I like actors. You know, they're entertaining. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm okay with them making money. Hey, you know, we live in America. In America, you can make money for your skills and talents. Let's see what he had to say. Mr. Norris said, "You're not getting robbed at the pump. You're paying fair market price for a commodity. If you love capitalism so much, then STFU." Let me guess, what does STFU stand for? What does that mean? See, I'm not as smart as he is. He's a Harvard graduate, so you know he's super smart, and we're kind of dumb. STFU, would that mean shut the... Oh, that's what that means.
It's not on.
Ooh, it's on, all right.
Oh yeah, it's on. It's definitely on. So let's see, we need to STFU, okay? Because capitalism, obviously he's not a big believer in capitalism. He's got a net worth of like $5 million and makes a ton of money acting, pretending. So obviously capitalism's been real good to him, but you know, the rest of us need to STFU. So you know what? He must hate capitalism, even though he's totally taken advantage of it, which is fine. You know, made a bunch of money with his skills and talents, but he doesn't think it's right. So, you know, there's a country out there that is not capitalist, and it's actually pure socialism. And let's take a look at which one that is. That's Venezuela. So let's see how things are going in Venezuela. Okay, so right here, these are the bolivars. That's how many of those you need to buy a roll of toilet paper, because they've got a real bad inflation problem, way worse than us. But granted, you know, we're capitalism, so, and they're socialism. So of course their inflation's 100 times worse or 1,000 times worse. But you know, if that's the road you want to go down, this is how much money you would need to buy toilet paper. Let's see. Oh, it's a lot less for carrots. You want to buy some carrots, here's how many bolivars you need for that. Now, if you want meat, oh my goodness, you know, meat's really expensive. That's how many bolivars you'll need there. And then here's a big chicken or a turkey. I'm not sure which that is, but there's how many bolivars you'll need for that. So he's got it figured out. He's a genius. I think what he should do is STFU and focus on acting and amassing another $5 million that he can put in his second mansion or whatever it is he wants to do. And the rest of us, since we are living in America, we'll say what we want about inflation and gas prices. Because here are the prices here in my hometown, and I think this sucks. This is not acceptable to me at all, and something needs to be done about it. STFU, what an a-hole. Now they got me all riled up. All right, now we're going to talk about Cybl. Now this is a company I've been doing due diligence on for about, not quite 2 weeks, about 10 days, maybe 11 or 12. But anyway, this is a company that software as a service. They also have LED lighting for the military, and they got a lot of customers in the military, almost all the branches. And they've been adding and acquiring to their company, and they actually had a really nice profit and loss statement in the last quarter. And also their balance sheet's okay too, and they are planning a $19.5 million stock buyback, which is significant. And this stock had run up on that news of the $19.5 million, and now it's pulled back down. And now that since it's pulled back down, thanks to the shorts and some manipulation, This to me, I'm probably going to buy this Tuesday. I've been talking about it quite a bit. I think I will, and I'm going to put it in my Roth IRA. And that way, if the shorts run it up, it does have a yield on the OTC Markets website, and that yield means it's not got enough current information for it, even though they just filed an amended first quarter along with an attorney's letter stating that it is that all this information is current, and it's his opinion that it's acceptable. Now, granted, the OTC markets have to agree with that, but I think we're going to see a bump if that gets taken care of. Now, granted, this is a risk because it is a yield penny stock. I mean, it's a yield penny stock. Understand that. This is risky. Let me bring out my assistant.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. Danger.
That's right. Danger, Will Robinson. But I think for me, it's a risk I'm willing to take because understand, it's penny stocks. I put 10% of my portfolio in penny stocks. That's how I roll. And that way, if even during this horrible penny stock crash, yeah, it sucks.
This sucks more than anything that has ever sucked before.
Yeah, it definitely, the penny stock market has pretty much sucked for the last 12 to 18 months. I mean, it had a big, giant run up, and it's all pulled back down. But Cybyl's one that I'm really planning on buying. And like I said, I'm going to sort of play this thing two different ways. I'm going to put some in my Roth. That way, if the shorts try to run it up after hopefully that yield sign goes away now that they filed those documents, this thing will probably run up. And like I said, I may take profit, let it pull back down because they'll definitely short the crap out of it if it runs up. And then I'll buy it again and probably hold it for a while, maybe long term. And if you want more information about Cybr, I'll attach at the end of this video. I go through my due diligence. I think I did 3 videos on it. But the last one, if you just want to see it kind of summarizes it and tells you a lot more stuff than I'm telling you now. I'm sort of, making it brief because I've got to cover 3 stocks in this video and I don't want it to last 30 freaking minutes. You're not going to watch that. You'll be bored to tears. So anyway, I'll attach it for those that really want to get into the due diligence of the stock. Now we're going to talk about Ilus, the mighty Ilus. And this is a penny stock that I originally bought at 5 cents. It ran all the way up to 40. And that's where I should have taken profit, but I didn't. And that's foolish to do that. You really should take profit with penny stocks where you can. And like I said, I was set up to do that, but I got too comfortable with the stock. And penny stocks, when you get a chance to make some money, you should make it. And then if it pulls back down, you can rebuy the darn thing. But anyway, live and learn, live and learn. Don't fall in love with stock. It's not a good idea, especially a penny stock. But anyway, this is a company that's an umbrella company. Basically, they're mergers and acquisitions, fire and safety sector. And I'm going to attach a video to the end of this that will cover Ilus and WikiSoft in detail. But again, I'm just summarizing in this video. But I'm very comfortable with Ilus. I don't understand this pullback. This doesn't make any sense. This is a profitable company. This was market sentiment being really bad and the shorts taking advantage of that. And I showed you in that last video where the shorts are basically manipulating the hell out of this stock. Short volume on this company is over 50% every day. So they're messing with this company hard. But it did run up about 13% on Friday, along with several other stocks as the sentiment improved a little bit. But, we're in a tough market right now. So I'm pretty comfortable buying here. If it pulls down some more than, that's probably my buy zone right there, 7.5 cents. I'd be pretty comfortable dollar cost averaging. Even at this price, that's not bad at all because this company could go up quite a bit. But realize, again, this is a profitable company. It's a growth beast. They continue to acquire companies. They're working on a $100 million company and a $20 million company they're looking to acquire, plus another one in Europe. So there's a lot going on with this company, and it's got big plans. Now, how that all plays out and how it gets executed, we'll see. But so far, they've been doing what they say they're going to do. And my understanding, based on a letter from April 5th from Nick Link, who's the CEO, said that he had tied up all the preferred shares. I think it was the A, B, and maybe the D. There was all 3 of them in a letter, and I've showed that 100 times. And he said he has no plans of selling these preferred shares, and that he is very in line with the other investors. He's actually trying to lower the outstanding shares by putting out an offer to lock them up in preferred. And I assume he'll pay some sort of interest on it for the common share stockholders. So I think that's coming out next week or 2. So, he understands the importance of the outstanding shares and dilution. So I've got a good feeling about this company. But like I said, that's me. I'm willing to take that risk within my 10%. All right, now WikiSoft. This is a company that's going to be doing a reverse merger. Our understanding is with a $100 million company. And that's going to be underneath Ilus. And WikiSoft has been on a wild ride. And it started out, it was way down here around 6-7 cents, and it is an OTCQB reporting stock, which is, I guess, why they wanted it as a shell in order to put this new company in, because, you know, it's already uplisted to the OTCQB, and they've already made it clear they're going to do a name change, and they actually filed for that the other day, and that's made this thing jump from around 20 cents up to around 25, 26. And when the news first came out that WSFT was going to be part of Ilus, this thing went from 7 cents up to about 37. So I'm be looking for any pullback on this. I'd like to get it under 20 down in the down in this area at about 18, 17, somewhere in that neighborhood is where I'd like to buy it. So I am watching this closely, and I am planning on buying it if it pulls down. But like I said, there's no guarantee that's going to happen. If it doesn't, so be it. I still own Ilus, which WikiSoft, when they do the name change, will be part of Ilus. It will be under its umbrella. So I still will be kind of owning it. So if it doesn't pull back, I'm not going to be upset about it, but I am watching it closely, and I'd like to pick up some WSFT around that 17, 18 cent area. I'd be pretty comfortable with that. And I'm not going to go crazy again. It's a penny stock, but that's the three that I'm really looking at. And like I said, I've done a bunch of due diligence on these companies, and like I said, I'll attach a couple of videos at the end of this. If you want to check them out, you're welcome to. If you don't, that's okay too. But this is more of a summary of the stocks that I'm going to be, looking hard at this week, and I know I'll be picking up some of them. Cybl, I think there's a very high likelihood I'll pick it up Tuesday, just depending on how the pre-market goes. If the pre-market's in the crapper, then I may wait for it to pull down a little bit more, but it's kind of sitting on that support, so I don't know that it will. Ilus, I'm pretty comfortable where it's at. Under 10 cents, I'm pretty comfortable. But, if it pulled back down, you always want to buy your stocks as low as you can, and you need to be patient. If there's one thing we've learned over the last 12 months, be patient, especially with penny stocks. Do not do the FOMO deal. Don't live in that fear of missing out. Do not. Well, it's your money. You can do what you want. If you want to do FOMO, you can. But it's not a good idea. And then WikiSoft is sort of the wild card. It's the one that's running up and down like crazy. So, be careful with that one. And if you're going to buy that, you want to buy that on a big pullback. Now, granted, its market cap's not that high. And if they do the reverse merger with the $100 million company, that's going to be pretty strong. All right, folks, and that's the three stocks, penny stocks I'm going to be looking at. I'm sure you've seen my other videos, the top 5 stocks I'm buying and all of that, which a lot of those are regular stocks. But anyway, if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Like I said, these are just summaries. I didn't go into near as much due diligence as far as showing due diligence, that is. I have done a bunch of double D on these 3 companies. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd certainly appreciate it. And I hope you did like the content. And I am not going to STF you, nor am I going to tell you to do that. Good grief. These actors in Hollywood. Ugh.
You turned your back on me. Oh, he got me mad. I almost like it.
Yeah, it made me mad. I almost like it. Anyway, I hope you did like the content. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.